Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to read the first part of the first chapter of our new book, Exploring Divine Goodness. This is the essence of God's goodness. Introduction. In our quest to explore the goodness of God, we must first endeavor to grasp the essence of this divine attribute. God's goodness is an intrinsic quality that permeates every aspect of his being and character. It is a fundamental aspect of his nature that shapes his interactions with creation, his relationship with humanity, and the very fabric of existence itself. In this chapter, we will delve into the essence of God's goodness, seeking to understand its profound significance and implications. The unfathomable nature of God's goodness. God's goodness transcends human comprehension. It is an attribute that exceeds our finite understanding and defies our attempts to fully define or comprehend it. We can catch glimpses of His goodness in creation, in His provision for our needs, and in His faithfulness throughout history. However, it remains a mystery that beckons us to explore further and delve deeper into the boundless depths of God's character. God's goodness as the standard of moral perfection. God's goodness serves as the ultimate standard or moral perfection. It is the benchmark against which all other notions of goodness are measured. Unlike human goodness, which can be marred by imperfections and subjective biases, God's goodness is pure, flawless, and unwavering. It forms the foundation of divine justice, righteousness, and moral guidance. The generosity and benevolence of God's goodness. At the heart of God's goodness lies an unfathomable generosity and benevolence. His goodness is not self-serving or limited in scope. It extends to all creation, every breath we take, every beat of our hearts, and every blessing we receive. And every blessing we receive are expressions of His abundant goodness. God's benevolence is evident in His desire to provide for our physical, emotional, and spiritual needs, and to bestow upon us the gift of life and consciousness. God's goodness and love. The goodness of God is intimately intertwined with His boundless love for humanity. His love is not a fleeting emotion, but a constant and enduring presence that undergirds His goodness. It is a love that surpasses human understanding, reaching out to the broken, the marginalized, and the lost. Through His goodness, God seeks to restore, heal, and reconcile us to Himself, offering the transformative power of His love to all who seek Him. God's goodness and sovereignty. The goodness of God is inseparable from His sovereignty. While we may struggle to reconcile the existence of evil and suffering with God's goodness, we must recognize that His sovereignty encompasses a grander plan and purpose beyond our limited perspective. God's goodness is not diminished by the presence of evil, but rather manifests itself in his unwavering faithfulness, comfort, and redemptive work in the face of adversity. The unchanging nature of God's goodness. Unlike human goodness that can be influenced by circumstances or personal biases, God's goodness remains constant and unchanging. It is an anchor in a world of uncertainty and transience. His goodness is not contingent upon our actions or deservingness. It flows from his perfect nature and character. We can find solace and assurance in the steadfast of his goodness, knowing that it endures through all seasons of life. In conclusion, as we conclude this exploration of the essence of God's goodness, we are left humbled by the incomprehensible depth and magnitude of this divine attribute. God's goodness is an unbounded wellspring of love, generosity, benevolence, and moral perfection. It is an attribute that defines his character and shapes his interactions with creation. While we may never fully grasp the entirety of God's goodness, we can rest in the assurance that it is a steadfast and unwavering foundation upon which we can build our lives and place our trust. That is it for the first part of the first chapter. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. Please don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment below as to what you think about this part of this chapter, what you liked about it, and any questions that you may have. Thank you. God bless you, and we'll see you in the next one.